Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, wrestle you live by the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a body slam, choke slam, hit you raw. This is wrestling with Savage. Back down, hold the title. This is wrestling with Savage.
The epitome of scrapping them toe to toe. We ride or die, my kingdom's with me, legendary up in my road. Terry limbs up on my pole, the ankle lock grip is accurate. Greek God in the flesh, every move is immaculate.
Savage kingdom, march on bones. Savage kingdom, fight, we reign. Savage kingdom, march on bones. Savage kingdom, fight, we reign.
I be the king of the ring, the mightiest force to be reckoned with. The unstoppable, immovable manager, cause an exodus of other voices making money choices and wins. PG era is dead, the savage era begins.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, wrestle you live by the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a body slam, choke slam, hit you raw. This is wrestling with Savage. Back down, hold the title. This is wrestling with Savage.
The real boss of all bosses, pile drivers, hip tosses. We holding multiple titles while you keep stacking up losses. Lost a talent that flosses, y'all can't even present the match. I'm in a tour in his army, breaking backs upon the mats.
Savage kingdom, march on bones. Savage kingdom, fight, we reign. Savage kingdom, march on bones. Savage kingdom, fight, we reign.
Meet the turnbuckle, top of my knee, and then my bare knuckle skilled superstars. You don't even wanna dare tussle. Bet on showcasing top of the line, hard on the grind. Easily your city is mine.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, wrestle you live by the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a body slam, choke slam, hit you raw. This is wrestling with Savage. Back down, hold the title. This is wrestling with Savage.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Wrestling with Savage. And we are live, and we're watching NXT, and we're talking WWE. And I got someone in the background, a surprise guest. We'll bring him in when we start talking about either SmackDown or Raw, whichever one comes first. But right now, we're watching NXT. Trick Williams is out here, and I'll be listening to what he's saying. SummerSlam coming up, if you don't know, and a lot of hot matches to talk about there as well. We have Logan Paul taking on LA Knight. Just officially announced CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre, and Seth Rollins is the special guest referee. Keep all those comments coming. I'll be checking them shortly. Bayley's going to be taking on Rhea Ripley. Liv Morgan taking on, excuse me. No, I wish it was Bayley versus Rhea Ripley. That would be a better match. Instead, we're going to get Rhea Ripley, she's taking on Liv Morgan, and Bayley, she's taking on Nia Jax. We'll talk about what I think is going to happen there. Braun Breaker versus Sami Zayn. Gunther versus Damian Priest. And right now on NXT, Cedric Alexander has decided to interrupt Trick Williams. And we haven't seen Cedric in a while. I guess we can bring in our special guest over here for a moment. And let's see what he thinks about Cedric Alexander back on NXT. Breaking news, Cedric Alexander back on NXT.
I'm shocked by it, but at the same time, I think it's a smart move. Go back, reintroduce him. For the longest time, he's been seen as just, he was just a member of the Hurt Business. And then after that. So I think it's a good idea. Introduce him to fans. I like the new theme, by the way.
Yeah, Elliot does too. I do too. So shout out to my cousin Cri Text for the new theme. Went out of his way, made a very nice song, nice chorus, nice beat. We'll be able to use that a lot. I appreciate that, and I'm sure you guys love it. Very good. Mick, I think this is you, unless it's someone else. I don't know. But we're watching NXT, and now someone else is out here, And it looks like it's, I believe, is that Adonis the God? Or Ashante? What's his name over here? Yes, Ashante the Adonis. He's also back on NXT right now. And now we have all three in the ring, and they're all talking shit to Trick Williams, basically.
Well, I mean, Ashante and I just lost his name. You said it a minute ago.
Ashante the Adonis.
No, the other one.
Oh, Cedric Alexander.
Thank you. I was drawing
back on NXT.
Cedric Alexander and Ashante were teased as a team on SmackDown several times. They did nothing. So I think this could be good. It's kind of like, I know this is going to sound weird, but ever since the Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker storyline, I really do think NXT has decided, hey, let's have tag teams that are unexpected team ups. Let's just throw a wrench in it and have some fun.
Well, what the hell does tag teams have to do with this? You think they're going to be a tag team? I think they're both going after Trick Williams right now.
I mean,
right now, Cedric's basically telling Trick Williams that all you've been doing is disrespecting me. And I'm wondering, how has he disrespected you when you just got here 4 seconds ago?
You know how it is.
Well, we have a match tonight now. Trick Williams will be taking on Cedric Alexander later tonight. And Adonis now, he tried to step up and say something else. He just got punched right in the mouth. So Ashante is down now, another one. And Cedric's just sitting there watching Adonis get clotheslined outside of the ring. Now Cedric put down the mic. So I guess no more hurt business. I know Bobby Lashley was released, right? He's done.
Yep. He's done. He's like, I'm going somewhere else, and that's fine.
Yeah, I get that. We'll keep you posted on NXT Live tonight on what's going on. Right now, the champion Ethan Page looks like he's just arriving to the building.
Who do we think is going to be Page's first challenger?
Good question. I think we're going to get an answer to that tonight, hopefully.
I think so, too. I think, and who knows, it could be unexpected. They could throw a curve and go, hey, Cedric is now number one contender.
Yeah, 100%. Ethan Page over here, he's doing his thing. But it looks like some of these new recruits on NXT are busting his chops right now. Not sure why. I don't think that's a good idea. They're not worth his time. Let's be honest.
No, not even remotely.
No, not worth his time at all. Did you watch last week's wrestling? Last week, you watched all the wrestling?
Yes. I had to wait a day to watch them afterwards, but yes, I did watch them all.
Okay. And what was your favorite show from last week?
Last week, other than the Liv Morgan segment, which I with her on the Tron, I thought that was bad. But other than that, I did enjoy Monday Night Raw. But honestly, I'm going to have to say that out of all the wrestling last week, I actually thought AEW probably had the best.
Yeah, no, last week AEW had the best show for sure. The match MJF put on was by far the best match of the night. For sure.
There are already people saying it's match of the year, which, I mean, it easily could be.
Oh, I don't see why it couldn't be. I mean, I don't see anything else topping that right now. Not anytime soon. Because you didn't expect it either. That's what made it nice. It wasn't exactly 1 hour. It was like 3 seconds short, but, you know, it was cutting corners.
The only match I could see being as good, and I know this is going to sound kind of strange to say, but with both of them being so athletic and so talented, I could see the Logan Paul and LA Knight match being a really good one.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. I agree with that completely.
When Logan, I will be the first to admit, when Logan came in to WWE, I was like, he's going to be a part-timer. He's not going to be any good. And the dude has done nothing but impress me. So, you know, kudos to him.
Who's been the most impressive to you overall this year so far? Like, who's in the running for you for Wrestler of the Year?
I'm going to say, I'm going to pick one from each company. If we're talking AEW Wrestler of the Year, I'm going to have to give it to probably Ospreay. The way he's been telling his matches lately with this, he doesn't possess the killer instinct. That's what cost him against MJF. Is he going to have to get that killer instinct back? I think they're building a good story here. On the WWE side, I'm going to have to honestly say, even though he lost at Money in the Bank, I'm still going to have to say I think Braun Breaker. He's showing everyone that despite the Goldberg comparisons, he can wrestle a good 15, 20-minute match.
Yeah. Absolutely. I agree with that. Actually, no, I don't agree with that. I don't even know what the hell you said because I'm over here trying to figure something out. But listen, so who's your pick, man? Because you said a lot and then you finally said a name. So who the hell is
Braun
your
Breaker.
Pick? You're giving it the Braun Breaker Wrestler of the Year so far. Okay, that's fair. I'm going to think about it a little more. Yeah. That's not a bad choice. Well, yeah, you could say overall, too. He's been killing it.
I think they're kind of going for this idea of like Braun knows he should have won that title, and it just made him snap. And now I kind of like what they're doing with his character, that this idea of like nobody can control him. He's just going to do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like an old school WWF monster. They just come in. Kane, nobody could control Kane except for Paul Bearer, and I like it. I think it's a smart move.
Listen, everything they're doing in Braun Breaker, they're doing it the right way, except for, like, to me, letting Sammy get him at Mania. But, whatever. We're going to move on from that because we all love him anyway. But, yeah, maybe Survivor Series will be that time now.
I think they will. I think they'll give the title. Look, I know people love Sami Zayn, and I'm not saying you shouldn't. But I think we can all agree that putting the belt on Braun Breaker would be a better move. You're talking about a guy who's shown a great deal of improvement, and if you give the title to Braun Breaker, it does nothing to hurt Sami Zayn because you can go, he lost to a genetic freak.
That's not a bad point actually at all. He is a genetic freak, but there's a lot of things they're going to do with the title right now. I don't know exactly where they're going with everything. I don't know if they're going to push him to be a world heavyweight champion anytime soon. It seems Gunther is more in control of Monday Night Raw right now than Braun Breaker.
Since you're bringing that up, do you see Gunther defeating Priest in their very first match, or do you see it being like there's a couple of matches and he wins the title in one of them, and then there's, do you see it being a long feud or more kind of a compact Gunther wins, now on to the next challenge?
I don't know. I think lately they're putting a lot of guys in spots where they just want them to have really good matches more than, be dominant in a sense. They just want these guys to go out there and have great matches. And matches are what make money. Matches are what sell out arenas. Matches are what pack houses.
Nobody cares about the title if it's not on someone who's having a good match.
Yeah, like everybody wants these crazy stories and legendary, scenarios, but you can't create that without having a rivalry, and you can't have a rivalry without having a series of matches that can, set the tone for everyone's emotional investment and how hard
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna speak out about something I know immediately. I see people all the time do it on, the WWE games. They're like, okay, this new character comes in and he immediately wins the world title. And I'm like, no, if you do that, nobody's going to be invested in it.
Yeah. Listen, I want to just show everybody real quick. Over the weekend, I had a chance to hang out with Booker T a little bit. Here's a little snippet I grabbed from one of the interviews that he conducted at the Wrestling Universe this weekend.
One of having an infamous Super Walker fight with Stone Cold. What was that like working with Stone Cold and just coming through from WCW to WWE, having such a big impact into WCW?
Awesome, man. A lot of guys have a lot of problems. But for me, I was just looking to test myself to see how good I really was with the best in the world. I thought at that time, the guys in WWE. And I think I did pretty good. First we start fighting, start with these lost, and we just create magic and lasting, memorable moments. And more than 20 years later, still, getting their laughs out of it.
Yeah, pretty cool. That was great. And last question, out of all the different characters you had, switches, you somebody that was able to reinvent themselves multiple times. Booker T, what is your favorite character out of all the characters you have?
Oh man, King Booker, without a doubt.
Okay.
Just because I got a chance to create.
Seemed like a good interview. The wind kind of distorted it to where you could barely hear it, but it was a good interview. I have no idea what's going on. I don't know if Savage has just disappeared or we're lost or whatever, but so since he's got the little thing down on the bottom, I'll just go ahead and read it. So with the Rousey saying she believes that WWE Women's Division is advancing after McMahon's exit. I mean, I don't think they were misusing the women now. I mean, you had women main event WrestleMania under him. You had women main event Hell in a Cell in a Hell in a Cell under him before Triple H. So I don't know. This idea that Vince McMahon was like, oh, I don't want to book women. It just seems ridiculous to me. Did we lose Savage? Is he just gone? Yeah, I don't know what happened. Savage has just disappeared on us, and I don't have NXT going. So I guess hold on. Let me see. Yeah, okay. So let's start here. So Monday Night Raw. I'll start with the big one everyone's going to talk about. CM Punk and I'm going to go with CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. I honestly think the win here should be McIntyre. Seth cost Punk the victory. Move on to that feud. I'm not saying the CM Punk and Drew McIntyre feud hasn't been good. It has. But I think you can segue it into Drew goes after world title, then, Punk's in the rearview mirror, but who knows? As far as Gunther versus Priest at SummerSlam, I don't know. Part of me says they put the title on Gunther now. Part of me says have one match where Damian wins, Gunther gets a rematch, then he wins it. I don't know. It's pretty obvious to me, and you guys can sound off in the comments if you agree, disagree, but it's pretty obvious to me that Dominic is going to turn on Rhea Ripley, side with Liv Morgan. Everyone's like, well, how could you think he's going to do that after last night's thing? That was 100% him just saying what Rhea wanted to hear. It's... they need to do. I like the way they continue to build Dominic is like this slimy little heel who just whoever he thinks is the most person he can leech off of. That's who he's going after at that moment, and I like it. I think it's a good idea. Okay, I'm gonna switch sides. SmackDown. Honestly, I think they're going to give the title to LA Knight. I don't see any benefit in keeping it on Logan Paul at this moment. He's got a lot of other engagements coming up lately. And I just don't think it's I don't think it's right to keep it on Paul when everyone wants it on LA Knight. Of course, everyone wanted LA Knight to win Money in the Bank, so who knows? I think the biggest thing that's interesting to me is that they're saying they haven't nailed it down, but Roman might return at SummerSlam. I don't know. I don't want them to rush this storyline. I think it's better if they build it up a little bit more. Have it be maybe, I don't know, Sikoa cheats in order to get the title or something, and Roman comes back and he's like, hey man, you're not defending the bloodline. This is all about you. I got to think, as far as NXT goes, I don't have USA Network, so I can't really sound off on NXT at the moment. But I think Ethan Page is the right choice for the champion. Trick's title reign really wasn't anything all that great or impressive. I think the right move is to I think it was the right move to put it on Ethan. And I love the way they did it, the creative finish. So it's sound off in the comment, guys. I'm curious. What was y'all's favorite match from last week's SmackDown? Was there any match that just really stood out to y'all and you're like, oh man, that was so good? Or was it all just kind of like, yeah, it's okay? I'm going to try and pull NXT up and see if I can't do it. So right now we've got Briggs taking on Jensen in a no DQ. Brooks Jensen evidently just won that. Jensen pins Briggs for the win. Yeah. It looks like they're setting up for. Excuse me. It looks like they're setting up for a feud between Jensen and Shawn Spears, which is interesting. Yeah. It could be interesting. I think it's interesting to see Cedric back in NXT. I'm really not sure that I would have put that on my bingo card. I think it could be good, though. Let's see, what else? Nia Jax versus Bayley. I think it's going to be, as much as I hate saying this, I think Nia Jax may take the title, and they build it up as kind of like, Tiffany Stratton's like this little heel that just keeps trying to be like, am I going to cash in on you now? No, you're not quite weak enough. I'll wait a little bit longer and stay in your good graces. I think you've got a better story with that. Let's be honest here. I like Bayley. Bayley's a good female wrestler, but there's not really that much story for her at the moment. Oh, by the way, and y'all can sign off in the comments on this. Did anyone catch I'm not going to say botch. Did anyone catch the mistake during the Andrade Carmelo Hayes match? Because there was a pretty big one, and luckily nobody was hurt. That's the most important thing. But it looked pretty nasty looking back. It was not good. I'm sorry, guys. I really can't. Like I said, I can't give much of a play-by-play for NXT because I don't have USA Network, so I can't do a whole lot there. But yeah, so Brooks Jensen defeats that. Axiom walks. So Axiom is talking with Fraser, and the Rascals come in. They then challenge Fraser and they've challenged Fraser and Axiom to a 6-man tag team match. So they continue to build. Oh, I'm gonna put that up. I can't put that up. I'm sorry, Anna, to hear that your brother's dog Moses passed away. I'm sorry to hear that. Prayers for your brother and his dog and family and all. I know losing an animal, it's kind of like losing a family. It is losing a family member. So anyways, as far as NXT goes, I mean, I think we can all agree Ethan Page's first challenger is probably going to be be Trick Williams, because he's going to say, he never really fairly lost the title. It was in a 4-way match. There was a lot of interference. So it looks like we're about to start Lexis King versus Eddie Thorpe, which Thorpe is getting better, but I don't know. There's still something missing. There is something missing with Eddie Thorpe, and I don't know what it is, but so I don't even know what to say about this. I mean, Savage is changing things down there. He's, WWE accused of trying to break up Jay Marriage's wedding, marriage. Like, I don't know, that to me is like National Enquirer levels of, it's tabloid gossip, and I don't really care for that kind of stuff. When there is something substantial to it, maybe, but I don't see how him having a job would break up the marriage. I don't know. If there's a way to go to the next slide. So what's that? Anna, Grupo Firm. I don't know what that is. I mean, that sounds interesting, but hey, you know what? Chat, sound off in the comments. I want to see what y'all think of this. Do y'all think that since he's returned, Andrade has been used properly? Because I don't, and I don't understand. He came back. They made this huge deal at the Royal Rumble, like Andrade's back. The Emperor's returned, and now they've done nothing with him. I mean, okay, yes, he's the first ever speed, or not first ever. He's the speed champion. But I mean, does anyone? And maybe someone does. If you do, sound off in the comments. But I'm curious. Does anyone actually watch Speed? Anyone? I don't know anyone who watches Speed. I think it's kind of seen as like that show that everyone's just like, yeah, it exists, but who cares? Which is a shame, because I think Andrade is a great wrestler. I think that he should have been used better. I think that he deserves to be in a more main event status. I don't know if I'd necessarily have him going after the WWE Championship, but I think that they could have done something more. Yeah, I know, Elliot. It has turned into Wrestling with Travis, which I'm doing my best to hold it down. But since I can't watch NXT live, it's y'all just get to hear me ramble until Savage comes back. So that's great. But yeah, no. Chad, I'm genuinely asking, do you think that since he came back, Andrade has been given the recognition and attention that they originally kind of lavished on him? They were like making it look like, okay, Andrade's going to be a big deal. He's welcome back. He's amazing, and now that seems like they've kind of just once again pushed him to the side. And I don't know why it seems like no matter what company Andrade is in, he doesn't get utilized properly. Like, the guy consistently has good matches, but for whatever reason, they're like, yeah, put the title of the show nobody watches on him. It's kind of confusing to me, if we're being honest. Also, everyone, sound off in the comments. I gotta know, because I'm big on this. I'm also a big gamer, so I'm curious. Anybody got any big games they're really excited for coming out? Because, yeah, dude, I can't wait for Warhammer Space Marine 2. Going to be phenomenal. And I'm really excited for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, especially since Akira Toriyama passing, that hit pretty hard. I gotta admit, I'm not like the world's biggest Dragon Ball fan, but I mean, I can't deny the cultural impact it had. I mean, you're talking about an anime that without it, I don't know that the genre even has the attention it does right now. This is very hard to do, just one person. But so what about you, chat? Any games you're excited for? Any movies? Is anyone gonna go see Deadpool Wolverine opening night? Anyone? Also, what I'm doing the best I can, guys. I promise you. What do y'all think of the Wyatt Six so far? Do you think they're booking them well? Do you think that having Gable as the first opponent for Uncle Howdy, Bo Dallas, whatever you want to call him, do you think that's the right move, or do you think they should have gone with someone else? Do you think that Jay should be in here? So I'm not trying to hold this down by myself. Let's see what's going on with NXT. I'll try and... I have a friend who's updating me with it via text, so, you know, it's not like I have zero, but... Oh! I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm also looking at other just interesting things. So... Somebody this is a list that came out today, ranking the best managers in WWE history. And they have, I got to be honest with you, I'm a little surprised, but they have Bobby the Brain Heenan on above Paul Heyman as far as managers go. Do y'all think that is a accurate assessment, or do you think that Paul Heyman is a better manager than Bobby Heenan was? Also, Anna, awesome. I hope you enjoy it. I'm going with some friends to see it probably over the weekend because, you know, I got to wait for him to be off and everything. I'm really excited to see it. I hope it gets Marvel back on track. It's been... I mean, I want Marvel... I doubt Disney does it, but I would really love to see Disney go, you know, Deadpool Wolverine did pretty good. So did Daredevil. So did Punisher. Maybe we need to stop trying to do all this little kiddie stuff and we could actually, you know, do like adult movies. Because like it's something that's commonly misconception. So it depends. Technically speaking, the Old Man Logan isn't technically like part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's part of the Fox X-Men Cinematic Universe. So as far as what I understand is this is going to be kind of more of like this is Deadpool telling the story of like the Marvel Cinematic one. So is that actually confirmed? Is Jey Uso in fact... So Jey Uso is in fact broken up with his wife. Okay. That's a shame. Sorry to hear that for... sorry to hear that. It's weird. I'm not seeing anything about it. I'm seeing a lot of like Rikishi saying he doesn't think that Jey Uso is being booked right, which I would actually agree. I would actually say that. It's been long. And I agree. I don't think they booked Jey Uso right at all. It's, he's going to be a main event star. No, he's not. He's going to be a main event star. No, he's not. Like, at some point, you either pull the trigger or you just stop calling him a main event.
Hey.
Okay.
I'm going full screen. Just shut up. This is the best cat of all time. See this cat? Look at this cat. Look at this cat. This cat is a boss.
It's adorable.
The boss cat of boss cats. This is my cat. And this cat is a god. Look at this cat.
Is it a boy or a girl?
God's hero of the Savage Kingdom. You have Ezio, the greatest cat of all time. Look at him. Look how cute this cat is. This is a cat. Yeah. I guess. Look at this. What a cutie. I could do this for 2 hours.
He's adorable. Or she.
You stay here. No, don't run. You stay. You stay. Where you go? Meow. Oh, that's my son. He wants this cat back. Bring the boy. Let's get the boy. Nicholas, look. Come say hi. Meow. Oh, he wants Lola now. That's fine. Yeah, this is Wrestling with Savage, and we're live. You never know what's going to happen here. This cat actually looks like it's getting pretty comfortable right now. Look at that. Uh-oh. The boy's here. The cat notices the boy. You got to rub the cat's back, you see?
Yeah.
No, look, the cat's literally falling asleep on my arm because I'm rubbing the back. Yeah, that's good stuff.
Is it a boy or a girl, Savage?
No. Hey, get away from the window. Do I got to do everything here? Yeah. I'm going to close the window. Watch your fingers. Close. Move your hands. Move. Thank you. All right. See? This cat should wrestle. Let me know in the chat what you think this cat's name should be in the ring. What would you name this cat in the ring?
Commodore Fuzzy Paws.
Wow, you're cute. You're cute. You're cute. This is a cute cat. Look at this cat. This is better than NXT. This is better than Monday Night Raw. Probably better than SmackDown, too. I don't know if you were better than Dynamite, though. That MJF match was pretty good. But, pretty good cat, though. This is definitely better than NXT. NXT's on right now. I'm not watching it, and this is the reason why. It looks like Aura Mensa. Oh, you're meowing? All right, it's time to go home. I'm sorry. Come on. Where's the daddy or mommy of this cat? Do you want to be on Wrestling with Savage? She said no. Does this daddy want to be on Wrestling with Savage? All right. The real daddy of this cat is coming. All right, this is what's your wrestling name?
Wrestling with Joe.
All right, you jabroni. You have a good cat, but you get the hell out of here now and know your role. Bye. That's a good cat. Good cat.
Good cat.
All right, Travis. I don't know what you're going to say after that, but you know what? It's all yours.
Oh, okay. So, first of all, that cat was adorable. I agree with you. So I'm not reading anything about Jey Uso and his wife breaking up. I am reading a lot of Rikishi speaking out saying they haven't booked Jey Uso right. They haven't. I think that we can all agree that Jey Uso, look, at one point in time, Jey Uso might have been a main event star, but they've just bungled it so bad that it's like, well, there's no way we get it. Supposedly Eddie Thorpe versus Lexis King. So, man, this is just an example of what I'm talking about. So, it's just their match was not good. Like, I'm not trying to be a jerk, but there's something about Eddie Thorpe that he just doesn't have what he needs. He's lacking polish, for lack of a better word. He needs to go back and learn the basics. Oh, why's that, Mick? Why are you leaving? something happened, Mick, or what's wrong? You've been here for a long time, man. We'd be sad to see you go. I hope you'll stay, but end of the day, it's your decision. So Lexis King loses to Eddie Thorpe in what honestly was not a great match. It struggled. And I don't know what they're doing with Lexis King. Like, again, they made a big deal of signing him, and then they've had him lose almost every match he's had. It just doesn't make any sense to me. We got a whole nother hour of this. I mean, I don't know what. It's really hard to do just solo by yourself. No, Anna. So Wrestling with Savage is Greek. If you're talking about me, no, I'm 100% Caucasian. This is, I don't know what to tell you guys. This is going to be the show pretty much tonight. Me blathering and sounding like an idiot half the time because, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like Andrade, Lexis King, like you bring these people back, you do nothing with them. It seems like they're just dropping the ball with talent. I don't get it. So we'll go over SummerSlam. So we'll start with the really obvious match. No, my family is 100% Caucasian. So we'll start with a simple one. Do y'all think Logan Paul or LA Knight? I'm saying LA Knight. Y'all tell me, what do you think? LA Knight or Logan Paul? Who's winning? Who's walking from SummerSlam as the champion? Monday Night Raw was good. I thought adding Seth Rollins as the guest referee was a good move. I think that having Gable be Uncle Howdy's first opponent, I think that's going to be a good move. Gable can make just about anyone look good. I think that you could put Chad Gable in the ring with Giant Gonzalez, and he could probably make him look good. Elliot, you're going with LA Knight. I agree with you. I think they need to put the title on LA Knight. I think that this is another thing like a Jey Uso thing kind of here where LA Knight's always going to be over with the fans. But if you don't put the title on him now, fans start to be like, okay, they're never going to put a title on this guy. Why do I care? Elliot, since you're here, you can give your opinion. I'm actually very curious, Elliot. What do you think? Do you think Andrade has been misused since coming back? Do you think that I don't want to say better used in AEW because he wasn't used well there either. But do you think that considering how much fanfare they put around him coming back, do you think that it's like, well, I expected them to do more than give him a title on a show that nobody watches? And I'll also ask you, chat, like I asked earlier. I'll ask again. So Oh, I'm trying to think of how to phrase my statement here. Anyone in chat can sound off as far as I'm concerned. It's just go for it. Do you think it's fair to say that I don't think he is, Anna? I mean, I don't know for certain that he's not, but I don't think he is. So let's see. What do we got here in news? I'm just looking at news in general. So Styles, if anyone cares, a lot of people were saying, oh, I'm actually going to read this. So you think Andrade has the potential to become the next biggest Latin star? WWE and WWE just don't know how to book him properly. He has everything. I just think other wrestlers have more star power than him. I would agree. I don't know that, like, if you put Andrade against, say, Gunther, I think most people are going to be like, well, Gunther needs to be a title holder more than Andrade does. But I think they could have at least done something with him with the Intercontinental Champion, the U.S. Championship. I don't know. So I'll read this real quick. So once again, proving that he's just a class act in general to me. So people were complaining, and AJ Styles is mad because Will Ospreay stole his move during finisher during the match. So AJ Styles responded today, and he said, "Why do you think it bothers me that someone else is doing my move? We all do it. It is wrestling. I think if nothing else, it shows appreciation." And I think that would be a fair statement to make. I think Will Ospreay, I mean, you can see it in his style. I think he's a big AJ Styles fan. I think, well, most people are. So Ora Mensah just won the match against Ashante Theodonis. So after the match, Mensah will grab a match. He put Ethan Page on notice. Let's see. No Core Quetch Clue and the family stand by. D'Angelo is advising Dempsey to give Sinclair what she wants, which is a spot in No Quarter Catch Crew. She blackmailed her way in by saying she blackmailed her way in by saying she knows what they did to Damon Kemp. Yep, Kevin. So, man, they are really getting into, and I have to admit, I'm actually a fan of it. They are really getting into this whole bloodline beatdown to end the show, and I think it's a good thing. It needs to remind you it's a dominant faction. So I think, let's see, what all that we have. Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens defeated A-Town down under. Andrade and Carmelo won. Andrade versus Carmelo. Andrade won. There was a mistake in the match that looked kind of dangerous, but it was scary. Man, I'm telling you, I'm getting more and more impressed. I think Priest is starting to kind of find his own voice. I think Priest is getting to where he's feeling a little bit more comfortable as the champion. You could almost tell at first that he was like, man, it's champion, it's a big responsibility. I think he's slowly starting to get into the role. I think he's getting there. Yeah, that brawl they had them do was really good building, in my opinion. I think that I think they did a good job. I think they did a really good job of making it look like either one of them has a chance of coming out with the title. Yeah, that super kick was crazy. Like, he is not a small dude. So, Braun Breaker versus Dragunov, man, that was a hard hitting match. I mean, look at the end of it. The end of it was literally, I think they said, referee stoppage. Dragunov couldn't continue the match. So, like, dadgum. I mean, I know it's part of the storyline, but they are really building up this idea of, like, Braun Breaker is a monster who hurts people and doesn't care about it. And I love it. I think it's being well done. I will say this: Dragunov gave as good as he got, though. That was a hard-hitting, good match. Loved it. Let's see. I'm sure he'll want me to tell you high meat intensity. Meet Spencer Slade. Yeah, Battle in the Borough, Elmwood Park Center in New Jersey. Going to be a good show. Savage is going to be there managing Spencer Slade, as he often does. I think we're going to see Spencer Slade on either TNA or WWE sooner rather than later. I think he's a very talented young man, and I think he has a bright future. NXT tonight is not very good. I mean, I'm going to be honest with y'all guys. Like, the matches so far, they just haven't been that good. And I hate saying that because NXT usually delivers. And who knows? We've still got a few matches to come. Thorpe defeated Lexis King in what was an abysmal match. We're going to have to wait to see what Thea Hell says. I'm so behind on NXT that, honestly, I think that's Sol Ruka, but I'm probably going to be like, Savage is going to be like, you don't even know who these people are. But, I mean, obviously, I know who Thea Hell is, and I'm pretty sure that's Sol Ruka, but, you know.
That's definitely not Sol Ruka. I'm trying to let you have your own show here. I'm trying to see what you're going to do.
Oh, dude, don't
consider this your audition.
Don't spring it on me. I had no idea.
That's the point. Because you said you were prepared.
Exactly, Sean. Where's Savage? This is his show, and he's not even on it. He's abandoned us.
I am on it. You're supposed to be. You want to be on this show. You got to be able to hold it down.
Look, I'm going to be honest with you, man. NXT tonight's not been that good. It's been Okay, first of all, why is Lexis King losing to Eddie Thorpe? Eddie Thorpe isn't...
Well, how could it be good when the best stars in the world from NXT are now all on the main roster? There are big shoes to fill here on NXT.
They need to rebuild the roster. They need to rebuild the roster.
The best people on the roster right now aren't even on the main shot of the camera. They're standing. Axiom, Nathan Frazier are probably the two most talented people in NXT right now. Overall experience and they're both ready. And they're going to be gone soon too.
Genuinely, what the fuck is going on with Lexis King? They made this huge deal when they signed him, and then they've had him lose almost every match he's been in.
Well, obviously, something's going on. I mean, the training is not there yet, or maybe they just want to test the waters with him. Or maybe they felt, more than likely what it is they felt a certain way when he got there, and now they feel a different way. That's the best way to explain it.
But Eddie Thorpe shouldn't be going over anybody. The dude is so rough in the ring that it's painful to watch.
I don't think Eddie Thorpe has a shot against Lexis King.
No, Eddie Thorpe won.
Eddie Thorpe won. Wow, I missed that. Well, you saw why I missed it, right? That was a pretty good reason to miss it.
It was. That was an adorable cat. And it was much better than that match was. That match was not good.
I had some visitors, and they brought the cat. I didn't even care about seeing them. I just wanted to see the damn cat.
He was adorable.
I was about to steal that cat. Should be my cat.
I
made that cat a star tonight.
It should be Wrestling with Savage, and he should be our official mascot.
I made that cat a bigger fucking star tonight than AEW's done with 80% of their roster. That cat will be viral tomorrow.
I'm not even going to argue with that. I really and truly, yes, AEW is like, what is it doing with its roster?
Did you see this right here, October 19th, 2024? That's this year. DJ Storms and ECPW present Battle in the Borough at the Elmwood Park Rec Center. And it has been made official that Spencer Slade will be in action. I will be by his side.
I think
and
we
don't have a challenger yet. We don't have a match yet, but I'm putting it out there in the universe right now. Whoever has the balls to step up and face God's greatest gift of professional wrestling in over 40 years, Spencer motherfucking Slade, please. And you know what? We have a long list of legends we'd like to work with. Actually, let me change that phrasing. We have a long list of legends that we would like to put you on the shelf permanently because you shouldn't be wrestling anymore. So if you're out there right now, if you're one of those, I don't know, timeless characters who just won't die, won't go away, why don't you come on out and play?
First of all, I think we see Spencer Slade in either TNA or WWE sooner rather than later. And then I'm going to ask Savage. I've heard a kind of nasty rumor, and since you work with him, I'm going to ask you: is there any truth to the rumor going around that Marty Jannetty might be having to have his foot amputated soon?
No, he's not going to have his foot amputated.
Good. I hope not. I'd like to see him have one last match and then go into the Hall of Fame because he's earned it.
No, he's not going to have one more match, so get that out of your head. He don't need to have one more match. He's already had more matches than, multiple people have had in their whole careers combined.
Fair enough.
You're watching the WWE Weekly Update here on Wrestling with Savage. Tomorrow night, we'll be watching AEW, and I'm going to have a special guest on to help me preview Arrival 2. A special guest that's actually running the show. And he's going to be talking about Kenta and his matchup coming up against Homicide. And we're also going to be watching AEW live. Hopefully going to be some tremendous wrestling tomorrow night. And then on Thursday, we'll have the Savage Storm Wrestling Super Show. And we're going to have the promoter from Phantom 6 on. He's going to be talking about his show coming up in September. It's a suicide prevention show. So I'm giving him a platform to put that show over while we cover everything in professional wrestling between me and DJ Storms. It's been a popular show. And then also, I'm going to be filming this very soon. The interview with Marty Jannetty, the actual, real, official, one-on-one. We've done many podcasts. We've done many episodes, but we haven't actually done the traditional interview. So probably the biggest interview in the history of Marty Jannetty's life, whether he wants to admit it or not, is coming up real soon. And you'll be able to watch it in August when it debuts right before the Party with Marty podcast. And that's going to probably have a special guest like, I don't know, Sid Vicious, Boogeyman. We got a couple in the can, and we're working on the schedule now. So stay tuned. It's going to be a very fun ride coming up. Go to WrestlingWithSavage.com, pick up all available merchandise, check out my upcoming events. You can also see all the latest shows that we have been doing. Booker T, you could have met him at the Wrestling Universe this past weekend. I got to hang out with him for a little bit. Very nice gentleman, doing a great job on NXT. Joe Hendry will be there August 11th. Tony Atlas on August 24th. And more importantly than all those guys, on September 28th, you can meet DDP. Oh, yes, it's damn true. You can meet DDP. He will be there from 12 to 4 p.m. Don't take it from me. Listen to him.
It's me. It's DDP, Diamond Dallas Page, and I want all my people up in the New York area, especially Flushing, Queens, New York to know that September 28th, for the first time ever, Savage King Promotions is bringing in me, DDP, to the wrestling universe. That's right, from 12 to 4 p.m., you can meet me in Flushing, Queens, New York at the best wrestling store on the planet, the wrestling universe. And that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. For all information, go to thewrestlinguniverse.com. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bang.
Yeah.
Super nice dude.
Yeah, absolutely nice guy. DDP's going to be there. Boogeyman's going to be there. Papa Shango, Shelton Benjamin. Check out thewrestlinguniverse.com for all upcoming appearances and, of course, wrestling collectibles. NXT right now, we're having an interview with my favorite female person on the roster right now, which is Thea Hale. She's going after that title against Roxanne Perez. In my opinion, she is the epitome of what a superstar should act like when they're in the ring, all in. Whether you take it as cheesy or corny or whatever you want to call it, she has been 100% committed to her craft from the first day I've seen her get in the ring.
I've loved watching her evolve from, the first match or two, she was very rough, but she's picked it up really quickly, and I think she deserves a lot of the props and attention for just how much she's proving to be a student of the game. I mean, you can see that she's watched countless hours of tape of not just her matches, but others, and I think that that's something that should be done if you want to be a big main event star. You should be learning from people who've done it before you.
Truck Williams coming out here right now. I guess he's got a matchup right now. And it's kind of strange to see him come out with the NXT title. I'm still shocked that Ethan Page is walking around with it. Only shocked because of how it happened out of kind of nowhere.
They booked that so well.
Yeah, it's a good story time right there. Is this the main event? It's happened already?
No, I don't think it's the main event.
Oh yeah, no, this opened the show. I think this guy went through the table too.
Yeah.
SmackDown. You checked it out?
Yep, I did. It was good.
I wouldn't say good. It's starting to get repetitive right there. This was good, I guess, just to get some new blood in there with the champ.
Yeah. I mean, so Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes was a good match, except for, I don't know if you saw it, there was one mistake in the match that it looked nasty. The way that Carmelo hit his head, just, oof. Honestly, I'm sorry to say this, but I'd like to see Chelsea Green go over someone like Bianca Belair. I think Bianca Belair had a good run, and she's still in great shape. She can have another one, but I like Chelsea Green's character. I think that they need to give her a little more attention.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with going back to back with Bianca Belair if it means you're going to have a story with her and elevate yourself. So she beat her, she got the one up on her, and then Bianca came back and clapped back, so they're tied up right now.
Yeah. Do we see a best or like 2 out of 3 falls match? That would be good.
That'd be different. We'll see. I hope they have high hopes for Chelsea Green because I know I do.
I do.
Are these girls going to get back their tag team gold?
No. I think they are going to lose, and I think we are going to see Jade turn on Bianca. I think Bianca is ready for... Actually, you know what? Hold on. Let me back up a second. Actually, I think Bianca should turn heel on Jade. I think Jade is over with the audience more than Bianca is right now, so I think it'd be better to turn Bianca heel and Jade face.
That could happen, but I still think they're going to delay that for a long time. I don't think that's coming anytime soon.
What are we even calling this tag team?
Aren't they like the dark chicks? I don't know.
Something like that. I don't know.
No, I don't know what they're called at all, to be honest.
So, Savage, next one, if you don't mind, because nobody cares about that.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares about Isla Dawn and whatever her name is.
You don't know that. Somebody cares. Trust me. There's a lot of people that care. Just we don't know them. They're not here. Someone out there cares about those two.
I'm sure their family does. So, look, there's no question in my mind that if you're going to put a title on Knight, it needs to be now. The fans are behind him, as they have been for years. It's just one of those, it's like the main event Jey Uso thing. If you don't pull the trigger now, fans start to be like, are they ever going to put a title on this dude? So I'm picking LA Knight to win over Logan Paul. What do you think, Savage?
No, LA Knight is it's unquestionable that he's going to win the match, though. Like, there's no doubt about it in my mind that he's not only going to win the match, I think he's going to have a hefty title run.
I do too.
He has to. They kind of owe it to him.
Yeah. I agree.
So, I mean, it was good, though, but I think with these two, more of like the Hollywood style kind of vignettes.
Yeah.
We don't need this typical contract signing bullshit all the time. It's played out.
Yeah.
I think this should have just been like a personal, like, tit for tat kind of situation.
Yeah.
LA Knight got one on him. Logan Paul shows up somewhere LA Knight is.
Yeah, like they could have had it been like in a club or something. Both of them seem like the kind of guys that would go to clubs.
Michin defeated Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah, that one was actually a little surprising to me. I think. So
I'm wondering when she's going to cash in. She's probably going to wait a while.
Yeah,
I don't think it's going to happen at SummerSlam. It better not.
No,
I hope they don't ruin it.
I don't think so either. Number one, I just think that if they go, okay, the CM Punk or the Drew McIntyre cash-in failed. Okay, now we're going to immediately have her do it at SummerSlam. Like, you got to build it up more. Because otherwise you're going to have fans being like, we got to wait all year for another thing. I think what's going to happen is I could see Nia Jax defeating Bayley. And we start this kind of Tiffany Stratton being like, am I going to cash in on you? Are you weak enough? No, you're not. Okay, I'll continue to stay in your good graces. And wait until, like, Nia's at her absolute weakest. Turn on her. I just think it'd be a good story.
That would be a good story. Cody Rhodes, though. Kevin Owens. They defeated A-Town down under. Short match. And, you know, we see the potential of what this match could look like. Obviously, it's a great match if it went longer. But the match wouldn't matter.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what their plan is, because I look at Grayson Waller and I'm like, man, I don't know that I would put it on him necessarily in contention for the title.
Sonya Deville got her win against Lyra Valkyria. To me, this is all just bad television. I don't like any of it at all. We don't even know what to call Sonya Deville's faction yet. Seth freaking Rollins on Monday Night Raw went absolutely nuts.
Oh yeah, this is a great move. I think we have Seth cost Punk the win, setting up a feud between Seth and Punk.
We'll get back to Raw in a moment. I want to stick to SmackDown now, just for now, so we make sure we let everybody know about Jacob Fatu's greatness. He's probably the best part of SmackDown every single week when he gets his 2 pounds of flesh.
No, back up. He's the best part of WWE every week.
Well, he's not on Raw right now, not yet, but he will be eventually, especially with that red in his pants right there. You can kind of see he's coming, man. He's a classic wrestler out of the 80s.
Yeah, I love it. Dude is a monster.
But see, to me, this is getting repetitive now. They've been doing the same shit every week.
Yeah.
It's not needed. It's really not. There's other things you can do with these three guys besides them coming out and just copying and pasting what the Bloodline did before for 2 years and stretching that out. They should have something that separates themselves. I get it. The imitating is the point of, I guess, Roman Reigns coming back, and that's why he gets upset, because they're sitting here just stealing his entire shtick. Not only is he calling himself the tribal chief, he's saying acknowledge me. He's just literally it's kind of sad actually at this point, because it's like, damn, bro, you can't even come up with your own shit. You just gotta rip everything off of Roman.
I think that's the point.
That's the point. But to me, it's like, fuck, dude, you're pathetic. You ain't no tribal chief. You don't stand out at all. all you're trying to do is imitate the guy you looked up to and the guy that was giving you the rub and the money and all that was okay all those years. And now you want to call yourself the tribal chief and you're literally just mimicking what this guy's been doing in the ring the last 3 years.
Come on, Savage. Why build something for myself if I can steal something from you?
Fair. Damian Priest, Gunther, they brawled to open up the show.
That was a crazy brawl. I loved it.
Yeah, I liked it. By the way, shout out to everybody in the Savage Kingdom. Sean, Trevor on Facebook. If you got Facebook, come on over and watch on YouTube. Anna Gonzalez, what's up with you? Elliot, of course.
Yeah.
Andrade still has the potential, but Gunther, Damian Priest, yeah. This was a nice visual. I like how Damian didn't talk. He just got straight into the shit, throwing punches, throwing kicks.
You can tell just by the way Damian carries himself. He's become more secure in his role as champion.
On NXT right now, Cedric Alexander and Trick Williams still going at it, trading shots in the middle of the ring. I'll keep you wow, double drop kick to the face right now. Both men down. I'll keep you posted on that as the night goes on. Monday Night Raw, Braun Breaker defeated Dragon
God, that was such a hard-hitting
Sami
match.
Zayn's #1 contender.
Such a great hard-hitting match.
Absolutely hard-hitting match. These are probably the two best active wrestlers on Monday Night Raw.
I mean, look at that. Look at that picture right there. Breaker won it by literally referee stoppage. I love what they're doing with this guy. They're building him as this, like, I hurt people and I don't care. It reminds me of old school Samoa Joe, and I love it.
Yeah, no, it's really good. They've been doing a great job with it. We get to this, all right? I love Seth Rollins, and he can make almost anything work, but this wasn't doing it for me, man. He came out here looking like the Statue of Liberty, and it's not even New York City. Like, what are you doing?
The only thing this did for me is it just further solidified what I said, which is I really do believe Seth Rollins didn't forget what CM Punk did. He's going to cost Punk the match. It's going to set up a Punk versus Rollins feud, and McIntyre uses the I beat CM Punk momentum to go after Priest or Gunther, whoever's got it.
Yeah, I don't think you're lying about that one. That's probably the most obvious call for them to pull the trigger on that, because that's been fixing up for a year. But also, they might just save that for Mania.
They might. They might carry this into Mania.
Maybe it's going to be a triple threat by the time we get to Mania. Good way to keep them all out of the title picture and off of Gunther's ass, off of Cody Rhodes' ass.
It was nice to see Cross pick up the pin for once.
Yeah. Final Testament defeated Xavier Woods, Otis, and Akira Tozawa. It's funny how Xavier Woods can just, just recruit members to the New Day at will anytime he wants. Apparently, the New Day is back and alive.
Can I just say, watching it, hearing them cheer, the crowd come alive, I'm going to say that Otis might be one of the most naturally over soon-to-be faces in the company. I think he's just, the fans have really connected with him.
100%, but you can absolutely thank Chad Gable for that, man.
Oh, absolutely.
Gable's the most naturally gifted, hated guy. So, all the love went to Otis.
So let me, since we got this picture up, let me start by saying this. I think Chad Gable is the perfect opponent for Uncle Howdy, Bo Dallas, whatever you want to call him, because I really believe with all my heart, like you said, Gable can make anyone look good. So why would you not want your first match with Uncle Howdy to be something where fans are like, oh, crap, he's a lot better than he was when he was, diving off of tables and stuff. I think it's a great move.
Well, a couple of things about this. Number one, I love that Otis actually got time to talk.
Yep.
I thought he did tremendous with his mic time.
He did.
Very impressive. Looked good. He bodied Gable's guys before they could do anything. All that. I just wanted to give a lot of props to Otis, because I feel like he's one of those guys that's underappreciated, and he's much better than people give him credit for in the ring and on the mic, apparently.
So, since you said, you mentioned they got body and all that, what are your thoughts on the Creeds as heels? Do you like them as?
No, I'm okay. Listen, they have to be heels because they're going with Gable. Gable's not a babyface. They have to be the complete package.
Right. No, what I was saying was, do you like this new faction, this new version of the Alpha Academy?
Yeah, I've been waiting for it. It's about damn time. We've needed it for a minute now. The Creed brothers need new blood more than anybody else, probably, because they had that run.
They need someone to elevate them, and I think Gable is the right person to do it.
They had that run to kind of kick them off in the beginning when they first got here, and they were killing it. Okay, they were absolutely killing it. Mm-hmm. But the problem was it got flatlined. They're winning, winning, looking strong. All of a sudden, they're losing to everybody. They're not meshing. So Gable is the exact boost they need right here, right now. So I think it's the perfect timing.
Yeah, I agree. I think that you're right. I think Gable's going to really help elevate them. And I think he's going to help elevate the Wyatt Six as well.
One thing I'll say about this, and I don't like it. These guys, first of all, were killing and murdering everybody by gorilla position last week. They came out by gorilla. They're just standing there. It looks silly because this guy's one person. He's in the ring to attack Gable. How do you explain the Creed brothers like just being gone? Otis just did one clothesline to them, and now the Creed brothers are dead. You know, I would have rather seen the Creed brothers fighting everybody to save Gable as they're sacrificed and murdered on live TV. Again, left for dead, left bloody, and Gable just watching, and there's nothing he can do. And then Holly comes out, you know, because listen, let's be honest. If the Wyatt Six are attacking the Creed brothers, Chad Gable's just standing there. He's not going to run to help them. So he'll be standing there watching them get murdered. They get murdered. The Wyatt Six leave the ring. Chad Gable just standing there in shock of the carnage. And then out of nowhere, that's when Bo Dallas shows up and does his thing. That's how I would have booked it.
Yeah. I think you're right. See, here's what's weird. The more I watch the Wyatt Six, the more I see shades of, Raven's flock. And I'm like, I don't necessarily know that I like the idea of it immediately being Bo getting involved. I like the idea of him being kind of like this master manipulator.
It just drives me nuts that, you can have the audacity to have them come out on their debut just leaving everyone for dead, bloody, carnage, chaos. And you give us the glimpse of that at the beginning. And now every time we're seeing them, we're not seeing any of that kind of level of chaos or carnage, not even the slightest. No. And to me, that's bad. We need to see some crazy shit to keep us like, damn, these guys are legitimate psychopaths. I
think there's a chance we see something crazy like that at SummerSlam after Howdy beats Gable. Because let's be honest, there's no way that they're going to have Gable go over Howdy. It's just not going to happen.
And dude, honestly, another thing they could do that could really help push this storyline is you have Adam Pearce get involved. First of all, that attack at Gorilla should have constituted a full-blown scale investigation. Who the fuck are these people? How do they come to our house and do this? And then that leads to a spooky detective story that starts uncovering clues, and then maybe the VHS tapes. My point is they could have really went to town with this storyline, man.
It's like so many storylines. I think this one would have been better as a slow burn instead of a here's instantly what you know.
This one has to be the absolute slow burn, but nonetheless, best Sister Abigail I've seen in a long time. Very happy to see him doing that move, bringing it back. He looked great. I'm looking forward to the match. Sheamus took down Pete Dunne and Bronson Reed. Impressive, but they didn't announce anything yet. But I'm assuming this is going to be a triple threat on the pre-show at SummerSlam.
Yeah, probably. This was just great heel work by Dominic, saying whatever mommy wants to hear. Rhea's like, yes, I'll welcome you back. You just know that it's going to be the second he sees okay, here's my opportunity to get back with Liv, he'll do it. Dominic is so good as this like parasitic leech heel. I love it.
He's been great. Liv was great last night. They played the role perfect. I just don't know which way the swerve is going to go.
I think the swerve is
Dom
going
to turn on Rhea, or
I think-
is someone else going to get involved? What do you think?
I think Dom turns on Rhea. I really think that he's going to go, well, wait a minute. Liv is already the champion and she likes me. What is there to get back with mommy? I don't know. I don't know, but I am relatively certain that it is going to be he turns on Rhea, which, by the way, can I just say that personally, in my opinion, I think Rhea looks so freaking beautiful with long hair now.
Yeah. Liv Morgan was going on and on, of course, at a distance, telling mommy that good-looking guys like Dom, they go for good-looking, they go for girls that look like me, not girls that look like you. And then this led Dom to basically start yelling at Liv, telling her, I hate you, shut up. She started crying. Apparently, she's closed down her social media accounts because she's so upset.
It's such a good work. She's so upset. I mean, again, I stand by it. That was literally Dominic saying whatever Rhea wanted to hear, and as soon as he sees the opportunity to turn and get something out of it, he will.
Yeah. I think that's going to happen. Zelina Vega defeated Zoe Stark.
It was actually not a half bad match.
Wasn't a half bad match, but I didn't even like the fact that she's coming out here. If she's that injured, prove to me how she's medically cleared. Like, how am I supposed to buy that, man? So I didn't take the match seriously. Sami Zayn and Jey Uso defeated the Judgment Day. This was your main event.
And then Zayn got the shit speared out of him. I mean, Zayn got speared so hard it looked like he was in another zip code.
I didn't really care for the match. Braun came out. He did what Braun does.
God, I like that. I like his attire.
That shirt is beast, man. Braun Breaker definitely killing it right now.
I think there's a chance I may have to go on in line and order that soon.
I might have to as well. NXT, I'm not even into it right now at all.
Not been good tonight.
Breaking news I'll get into real quick. Ronda Rousey believes WWE Women's Division advancing after Vince McMahon's exit. I'll say this, Ronda, I hope you're watching. Are you stupid? You were in the main event of WrestleMania. The women's roster was never higher than when you were in it. Stop being a hater and respect the fact that you were in the main event of WrestleMania during the McMahon era. Trust me, that means much more than you think it does.
I said it earlier tonight. Under McMahon, women main evented WrestleMania one night. They main evented Hell in a Cell in Hell in a Cell. So
women's evolution.
Right. It's not like Vince McMahon was stuck in the Attitude Era where girls were having bra and panty matches. No, he evolved too. I think what this is Ronda wasn't paid what she wanted, and she's just being a bitch now.
WWE accused of trying to break up Jey Uso's marriage. I never heard of anything like this. This is news to me. This sounds like nonsense bullshit that I'm not going to buy into. Logan Paul's Prime faces trademark lawsuit from the U.S. Olympic Committee. Good luck there. They have good lawyers. Cody Rhodes sold tickets faster than any other of the athletes on Fanatics Fan Fest. That includes Hulk Hogan, Paul Heyman, Rhea Ripley, CM Punk. To name a few.
I can see it.
Pat McAfee calls out fans labeling his WWE 2K24 DLC as the worst ever. And I was watching this earlier. He was genuinely pissed off. He started cursing out fans, calling them marks. He can't believe they're giving him shit about being in a video game. Meanwhile, he's wrestled at WrestleMania. He's on commentary. He can't believe that fans aren't happy and excited to play as Pat motherfucking McAfee and his friends.
And in fairness, I don't know. I like Pat McAfee, so I kind of see his frustration. It's like he's done more in the ring than 90% of those fans have. So
no, probably more like 100% of those fans.
Yeah, probably. I was trying to go a little lowball just to be nice.
Tamina Snuka expected to receive a new role in the WWE. I'm curious to see what it could be. Maybe they're going to put her in a general manager situation or something.
I think she'd be a good general manager.
We'll have to stay tuned with that one. They're still discussing whether they want to bring these new women's titles And I think they need to hold off on this until they get a better grip on their current women's titles, especially the tag team titles.
Let me say one thing real quick, okay? I know it's women's title, but can I just say that women's United States title, I actually really like that design.
Does look nice. IC title looks nice too. I always like the white strap. I feel bad about this. Johnny Gargano's his dad's restaurant burned down, and that just sucks, man. So my prayers out to you and your family. I hope you guys can fully recover from this and get the place back up and running again, man.
I do too. I felt bad for Johnny.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Johnny. MVP speaking out against Triple H backstage in WWE. Apparently, MVP's been going off the rails lately because, he wasn't happy with the way they were being booked under Triple H's current run. Because, Bobby Lashley was main eventing. He was featured all the time. And then all of a sudden, he wasn't. And yes, you can.
Look, I'm not going to go too deep down this rabbit hole, but I'm just going to say it's interesting that MVP, as soon as he's released, moves on, whatever, the first thing he does is Triple H is racist. He doesn't want to promote black superstars. So immediately it's that instead of, maybe him and Bobby had a disagreement. Maybe they couldn't come to a price thing. Maybe he wants to come with me. It's just interesting to me that MVP immediately throws that out, almost like because he knows that if he calls Triple H that, he'll get more attention.
Yeah. Okay.
That was it about that.
Joe Hendry, grateful footage of his tryout in front of CM Punk and Paul Heyman was lost. I wonder if it was lost or if it was deleted.
Yeah. Funny thing is, the more I watch Hendry, the more I start to see, I'm gonna love whenever they do finally turn him heel. Only because I can already see him doing this Homelander style, everyone's cheering for me even when they're not kind of thing. And I like it. I think it'll be a good story for him.
We're watching NXT right now, but honestly, NXT's been a shit show so far tonight. It's been a shit show to the point that I'm done. I'm done. We bring you the WWE Weekly Update. We covered Raw. We covered SmackDown. We're watching NXT live right now, but if you want to know the full story of NXT, which trust me, after what I'm watching so far tonight, it ain't going to be much of a good story. I did like that slap right there from Lash Legend.
That was good.
All right, Lash Legend right now with a big time move. She's picking up the win right there, right? 1, 2. No. Oh, she got the win. Wow. Okay. Yeah, whatever. Fuck NXT. Travis, you have anything you want to say before we get the fuck out of here?
Nope. Only thing I'll say is it was good seeing y'all guys, and I enjoyed it.
All right, brother. Thank you for coming on. Here's a quick promo of me, and then we're out of here. Everybody have a good night. Savage, outside of the greatest wrestling store in the world today, standing here to tell you that I'm the hottest free agent in the world of pro wrestling today. Because me and my clients, we are ready to get the job done. My number one client, Spencer Slade, is God's gift to Earth. He's a Greek god gift given to a savage. Here today, I'm going to tell you why new companies like Northeast Wrestling should hire me, because I am better than everyone you have and everyone you know. And I know what talent looks like. And talent's name is Spencer Slade. Just like Booker T, who was just here at the Wrestling Universe. He was talking about moments. This business is about moments. Well, I'll show you moment after moment. Every single time I come through, you know it's gonna be savage.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, wrestle you live by the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a body slam. Choke slam, hit you raw, this is wrestling with Savage. SmackDown, hold the title, this is wrestling with Savage.
The epitome of scrapping them toe to toe. We ride or die, my kingdom's with me, legendary up in my robe. Tearing limbs up on my pole, the ankle lock grip is accurate. Greek god in the flesh, every move is immaculate.
Savage Kingdom march on bones. Savage Kingdom fight. We reign. Savage Kingdom march
I be the king of the ring, the mightiest force to be reckoned with, the unstoppable, immovable manager, cause an exodus of other voices making money choices and wins. PG era is dead, the savage era begins.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, wrestling you live by the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a body slam, choke slam, hit you raw. This is wrestling with Savage. Back down, hold the title. This is wrestling with Savage.
The real boss of all bosses, pile drivers, hip tosses. We holding multiple titles while you keep stacking up losses. Roster talent that flosses, y'all can't even present the match. I'm in a tour in his army, breaking backs upon the mats.
Savage Kingdom march on bones. Savage Kingdom fight, we reign. Savage Kingdom march on bones. Savage Kingdom fight, we reign.
Meet the turnbuckle, top of my knee, and then my bare knuckle skills supersized. You don't even wanna dare tussle. Bet on showcasing top of the line, hard on the grind. Easily your city is mine.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, wrestling you live by the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a body slam, choke slam, hit you raw. This is wrestling with Savage. Back down,